Welcome to our webinar titled Shifting into a Higher Gear with Dstny Business Communications. Mitchell Barker, Voice and Unified Communications Product Manager, and joined by my colleague Arthur Duman, who's Pre-Sales Engineer and Solutions Architect. I think we wanted to start with a video.
Yeah.
So let's jump into the video, and from there, we'll start our webinar. What a great way to start.
Yeah.
So, welcome again. We're delighted to have you join us today. Really, what we have in store for you is, of course, we'd like to introduce you to Dstny for those of you who are joining us for the first time. What we aim to do is to give you some information around the patterns and challenges that we've seen in the market. Of course, what we're going to do is also hopefully give you some solutions to some of these challenges and patterns that we're seeing. We will do that by showing you and introducing you to the Dstny all-in cloud communications platform. We'll speak a bit about our fixed mobile convergence. We'll present you with a case study and then go into detail on things like our business integrations and business analytics. It's really a holistic solution that we aim to take you through, but also not everything. As much as we'd love to talk for hours on our solution, we're really going to hone in on those particular topics. So for those of you who are joining us for the first time today, perhaps you've seen the Dstny branding on TV, in the press, media, or R2 walking around Ghent, and you're not quite sure who Dstny is. Well, I think maybe the best intro is that we're one of the leading, actually when I say the leading, I say the leading European provider of cloud-based business communications. And that's not necessarily in our own words, R2, that's in the words of industry analysts like Frost and Sullivan, Covell, and the likes. The Dstny Group has over 1,000 employees. We are represented in 7 European countries. We have over 3 million users of our cloud technology, very well imprinted into the European market. In Belgium specifically, we're a mobile network operator, a virtual mobile network operator, a licensed telco operator. So we own a large part of the technology that we provide, or in most cases, it's our own technology. And we've been credited by various organizations, awarded things like the Data News Communications Innovator of the Year for the 2nd year running, and also awarded one of the top 50 fastest growing companies by Deloitte. So in a nutshell, that is Dstny, that's who we are. But I do believe that the things that we are probably most admirable, or for us, the things that really mean the most is what our customers say about us. And so some of the interaction and some of the feedback that we've received are things like, well, even though all these accolades that Dstny has, they are easy to do business with. They appreciate the fact that we take this complex technology and we make it simple for them. We make enterprise technology easily accessible to small businesses. We have a personal approach to building solutions that answer to the specific needs of our customers and their challenges, and that our customers trust Dstny to take them into the future of business communications. And I think that also plays true to our mission. And our mission has been that we aim to make business communication as simple and as easy for both employees and customers. That is everything that we try and do through our technology. In Belgium, and of course in some of the other European countries too, how we deliver on that promise in making business communications as easy and as simple as possible is by bringing the perfect mix of both communications technology and secure connectivity. So we understand that in a world where communication no longer has borders, boundaries. We have so many different ways that we can interact with each other. What we really need is a simple tool that brings us all together. And when we have those tools that we can communicate and collaborate, we also need that delivered on a secure connection that can be managed, of course, that allows for, as I mentioned, secure connectivity from wherever you may be accessing corporate applications. So we believe the mix of our own Dstny technology and secure connectivity provides the best proposition for our customers. When we look at our solution stack, when we look at our solutions, there are four main areas that we four main areas of focus and expertise. It's really through these focus areas that we are helping our organizations or helping our customers to modernize their workplace or help their digital transformation journey. And I think what's also important about these focus areas is that these expertise reside in the group, and the technology, as I mentioned, is all Dstny technology. So if we say, sorry, I just want to. So if we look at Dstny and we look at the rainbow, we look at those four sort of focus areas. We say that anything that is business telephony related, so it could be something as simple as a phone system. Some people say UCAS, unified communications and collaboration. There are a few words for it, but anything that you can think of that has to do with business communications, including fixed and mobile communication, of which our fixed and mobile integration, we have a patent for that technology. So we do offer one of the best fixed mobile convergence offerings in the Belgian market. Or whether there's an organization that's wanting to understand how communication flows inside their business, so that they can take that data and make fact-based decisions on how do I resource, how do I structure service level agreements, etc. We've got our business analytics. Under customer engagement, we have the ability to align not only with customer engagement or customer experience teams, but also contact center teams to help them to understand what channels they need to engage and serve their customers. And so that could be telephony, it could be chat, social media, WhatsApp, all those digital channels. And lastly, very topical for us is business integrations, because on all these digital transformation journeys and these customer experience journeys that our customers are on, actually what this really is about driving efficiency gains, driving productivity, and basically doing more with less. And so looking inside the organization to look at the different systems, ecosystems that exist, and to say, well, actually, how can I, by bringing all these applications together in an easy way, how can I really bring the transformation that our business or our customers' businesses need? So those are our technology areas. And so when it comes to the belief of Dstny's ability to get you there, our proposition is unique. We call it the 3-in-1. So it's not only because we have our own technology, not only because we're a licensed telco operator and network operator, and also not only because we're a full suite service integrator. It's a combination of all of those. It's a one-stop shop. It means it's for our customers, everything under one roof, one service level agreement, and one invoice to pay at the end of the day. And our customers have appreciated that about us. Okay, so enough about Dstny. Let's show you what we've seen. So what we did is we've taken a number of engagements over the past 18 or so months to have a look at, well, what have we actually seen? We'll present you with some statistics. So I think one of the things that were quite interesting for us is that we'll just say what happened in 2020. We won't say the specific words around it, but it seemed like the remnants or the results of 2020 were a lot more challenging for smaller businesses or small to medium-sized businesses than it was for enterprise market. The enterprise market was able to move quickly in their technology. unfortunately, the smaller businesses, the small business market seem to be really challenged with accommodating to the new world that was. So we see a large portion of the market still using on-premise PBX technology or on-premise phone systems, but we're seeing a big drive towards moving that technology to the cloud. So that has many motivations. The lack of fixed line infrastructure or the limited support for the fixed line infrastructure that exists. So we're saying, I had a PBX and I had lines connecting to it. If my lines are no longer going to be supported, I probably need a better plan. So if you haven't already opted for SIP trunks or internet-based lines, that's obviously an option. But we are seeing that the move towards IP-based technologies, internet calling solutions, is really a main discussion point and main driver for our customers. Of course, when it comes to on-premise technology, not only in a single site, but as you start adding sites, looking at the cost analysis and really seeing how much it costs you to manage that platform is really giving you something to think about. The high cost of managing that infrastructure and also limited scalability. So not only the ability to scale in terms of I need to add a user, or I need to add 10 users, it's also the ability to add new applications and functions, which is what I mentioned here. It's outdated technology that lacks, to some degree, modern capabilities. And so that becomes difficult. Having on-premise or legacy PBX, that becomes difficult to add or augment those types of applications. It just adds complexity. Communication silos. Communication silos is an interesting one. The reports of communication silos are particularly interesting because what we're seeing is new stakeholders on the bidding committee or new stakeholders influencing the business decision. It used to be an IT decision. Now telephony is becoming part of a wider discussion. It's becoming part of business intelligence. So we now have BI administrators being part of the discussion. We have people in marketing and customer experience who are now part of the negotiation table to say, all right, it's no longer a telephony system. It's no longer just a siloed communication platform. We're interacting with different channels. And so that plays a part in the organization-wide digital transformation journey. Or the customer experience program, which what we're seeing has become an organization-wide mandate and a strategy to use customer experience as a competitive differentiator in the market. And last but not least, what we are definitely seeing is, I alluded to it initially, but one of the biggest problems is we know that the market moves so quickly. And what customers are really wanting to do is not be let down by having a communications platform that can't move as quickly as they need to in this dynamic market. So these are some of the most common patterns and challenges that we're seeing. Of course, there are many others as you start going into specific industry verticals or specific applications. So what we've done is we said, right, so these are common problems and challenges. But what are we also seeing is the must-haves? So what are the essentials that our customers are saying and that the market is needing from their communications platform? So if you want to compete, if you want to be able to move quickly, if you want to be able to really bring that transformation into your business, at the top of the list is mobility. And it's not only about taking this decentralized architecture and moving it all into one central place, but it's about allowing your users to connect to that platform from wherever they are on their device of choice. So you'll jump into it, but whether it's desktop phone or soft phone, PC soft phone, web soft phone, a mobile phone, a mobile app, or even using an application like Microsoft Teams, business communication should be accessible from wherever on the device of choice. Particularly on the mobile side, we're seeing a big drive in fixed mobile convergence. So Dstny prides itself as being mobile first. and I think you are going to cover a bit of our fixed mobile convergence. In the customer experience and integration, because I do see them quite more often than not, I see them as sort of a combined discussion, but it's bringing all those tools and applications together and presenting that into a unified interface. The fewer or the lesser applications we have to do to fulfill and satisfy our daily interaction, what that ultimately means is better adoption of these technologies when we have better adoption, it means we can really realize those benefits in efficiency and a decrease in costs. And then lastly is the ability for an organization, an IT administration team or a fleet manager to be able to carry out their own administration, ordering of new services, activating of new services on the fly. They should be able to log into a platform and do that as and when they need those services activated. So that in a nutshell is what we see, challenges and patterns and sort of these company essentials. And I think on that note, I'd like to hand it over to you and we can dive into the products. So over to you, Artu.
Thanks, Mitchell, for a great context. So I will go into a bit detail about a couple of solutions we have. I can't show the whole suite. We have too big of an array of products for that. But if you have any questions, please reach out to us via, if you're a customer already, an account manager, via the QR code that will be presented. There are multiple ways, and then we can go into more detail about the specific solution you would need, maybe, and give a demo, etc., etc. So let's start off. I will show a couple of products. The first one is actually the basis for everything. It's our Dstny Communication business platform, and for the more technical people, it's just our PBX system, which we base everything on. As stated already by Mitchell, it's completely developed in-house, managed in-house. We, in Belgium, for example, we operate on our own cloud infrastructure in our own data centers, on our own backbone network. So it's really quite in our control, which is of course not only safe, but also provides a good qualitative solution. So you can make sure that everything, all your calls are of course of good quality, because that's very important for you and your customers. So what can you expect for our platform? It's actually quite advanced. I won't go into too many details, but you can everything you expect from a PBX or a phone central system, you can really expect from our system as well. I'm talking about IVRs, about hunt groups, about call center distribution. I won't go into technical details that we can do in a later stage maybe. But for now, just know that everything is there what you need. Actually, over 3 million people in Europe alone use it actually daily. So that already goes for quite a lot, I'd say. With then, of course, on top of that, and I will go into more detail in the next slides, the possibility for a Teams integration, which is very important, and of course CRM business integrations, the application integration, because the platform should not be standalone these days. They should be integrated, and they should be an ecosystem so that they can support each other, these platforms. Then, of course, what Mitch already talked about, I will go into a bit more detail now, is the fixed mobile convergence. It's a fancy name for just a native mobile integration, which is a very powerful feature. Yeah. I'll go into that on the next slide. And then, of course, definitely, as Mitch stated as well, management has to be simple as well. We have some great tools for that. I won't really show them in detail today, but know that we have some great tools, both for users to manage their own applications, and also, of course, really for the IT admin to add users, provision SIM cards, all of kind of things. We have a great My Dstny portal in which you can actually do everything of that in self-service mode, or of course with assistance of Dstny. So the very important technology we have, as Mitchell said, it's patented by us. It's our mobile integration. It's a fixed mobile convergence, fixed mobile unification. You might also hear as well. Which it actually provides. It's quite simple in the basis. So I have, for example, a SIM card of Dstny. We are, of course, a mobile operator in Belgium. So I have a SIM card of Dstny, and it acts as a regular SIM card. I can call, I do mobile calls, I can do data calls. I have data, sorry. Everything you would expect from a mobile subscription. But on top of that, I actually have a native integration and a connection to the PBX, our platform, which allows actually for me to call with my SIM card, but then use my fixed number. And also, if someone calls me on my fixed number, it can actually handle my cell phone. I'm not using an application. I'm not using internet. It's not necessary. I only need the mobile cell signal, which is, of course, everywhere available. And so, which really gives a great integration with a lot of advantages. It really gives a native seamless integration without having to rely on a good 4G connection on the road, for example. I don't know if you have tried Teams calls in traffic. I have, with much regret. This will really give a good quality call always because you're using the mobile cell signal. So that's really one important point. It's completely integrated in the solution, so every call that is made by mobile as well is routed via our platform and can be monitored, managed, and controlled, and that's really great as well. Also, for example, we have a soft phone. If I use the soft phone to call over internet and I have to leave, I can just say in soft phone, okay, I now want to switch to my mobile phone. I just click on a button, I really get the call here, I continue my call. Once again, no application needed, just my SIM card and the mobile cell signal. And then I can switch again to the soft phone when I'm back on my PC and I can continue with my headset, for example. So that's really great. I
think we're seeing that, we're seeing more and more organizations knowing that business is not always done inside the office.
Yeah.
We see it in the professional services industry. Where we have people in administration or legal representatives phoning customers but not wanting to show their personal mobile number. So this gives them a lot of flexibility. They can say, right, I'm going to make this call from my mobile phone, but I want to show my fixed line number. So we've seen that. We've seen that very well adopted inside manufacturing and retail. Yeah, I definitely agree. This is one of the most powerful parts of what we can offer.
Absolutely, indeed. And one thing to add before we show a quick customer case, it's actually that you can be available everywhere, but you don't need to be. So you have a status, of course. If I don't want to be called on my fixed phone, for example, 2 in the morning, maybe some people want that, I don't. So you can actually use states to control that. So it's whenever you want to be accessible. Let's quickly go through the video of Decathlon where they give some more information about their use case.
Bonjour, bienvenue chez notre client Decathlon. Decathlon est présent dans un peu plus de 40 pays à l'heure actuelle, dont 30 magasins en Belgique. Il y a à peu près un an maintenant, on a décidé de les contacter avec Fuser pour leur proposer notre solution de téléphonie. Et le but aujourd'hui, c'est d'un peu voir les avantages qu'on a pu leur apporter.
Par le passé, avant de travailler avec Fuser, on avait une centrale par magasin, ce qui était difficile à gérer administrativement au niveau des collaborateurs et des utilisateurs, donc c'était assez difficile à gérer. Maintenant, on n'a vraiment qu'une seule console admin qui nous permet de gérer l'ensemble des utilisateurs. Cette console admin et la solution est hébergée dans le cloud, donc c'est un cloud centralisé chez Fuser. Et nous avons l'assurance d'être isolés des autres clients, donc ça nous donne un aspect sécurité sur notre solution. La confiance qu'on accorde aujourd'hui à Fuser et la facilité qu'on a de travailler avec eux nous donne l'envie en fait, d'exporter cette solution aux Pays-Bas. Donc on est en train de tester un POC aujourd'hui aux Pays-Bas avec cette solution, voir si la solution peut s'adapter aussi à d'autres pays et aux autres besoins des autres pays.
Donc la téléphonie dans le passé chez Decathlon c'était basé sur le système DECT et comme nos collaborateurs font tous leurs gestes du quotidien sur leur smartphone, nous souhaitions qu'ils puissent utiliser également leur smartphone comme un vrai téléphone, ce qui n'était pas le cas dans le passé. Donc maintenant ils peuvent passer des appels avec leur smartphone, joindre n'importe qui dans la société, être joignables aussi, gérer leur présence sans passer par les centraux d'accueil téléphonique comme on le connaissait dans le passé. Donc ils gagnent au quotidien beaucoup de temps, beaucoup d'énergie, c'est super efficient et pour nous chez Decathlon c'est une vraie réussite. Donc en ce qui concerne la technique, dans le passé les DECT utilisaient leur propre antenne. Maintenant avec le système FMU et les smartphones, on peut utiliser le réseau 2G classique qui est présent dans nos magasins. Donc pour nous ça représente aussi une économie d'échelle bien sûr, mais surtout la qualité du réseau qui est disponible en permanence.
C'est beaucoup plus pratique dans un premier temps parce qu'avant j'avais un smartphone et un téléphone rayon. Maintenant ça se retrouve dans un seul appareil. J'ai plus 2 appareils différents sur moi, donc dans mon travail de tous les jours c'est plus agréable. Aussi le client peut me contacter moi directement, donc pour lui je suis plus disponible. Et moi de mon côté, si je veux contacter un autre rayon d'un autre magasin, je peux contacter tout de suite ce rayon-là sans passer par l'accueil du magasin. En règle générale, je suis plus efficace dans mon travail.
So there we go, that was a video. So I think that also highlighted one of the most important features we have actually because of this technology is the DECT replacement, we call it. So you can actually just put a SIM card in any kind of phone and then just use it as a fixed phone. So you don't need to invest in DECT infrastructure, etc., which is of course a very powerful feature because of this technology. Let's continue. Oops. Let's show it one time, not two times. So that was one part, the more integration. I think the next one is also very important because let's be honest, Teams, we cannot think it out of our lives anymore. We all use it, we do as well. Small organizations, big organizations, every kind of vertical. It's pretty much a monopoly for everything that's collaboration and internal collaboration specifically. But what we see, of course, is that people have that experience with Teams. They use the Teams client every day, but they also want to have telephony with that. And there are solutions for that. The Teams has their own system, its phone system, but there are a couple of limitations to that system.
Yeah.
I mean, for example, of course, if you want to migrate your PBX towards the Teams, then you have a whole migration trajectory to do, which might be not difficult, depending on whether you use integrated or not, but it entails a couple of steps, of course, to do. And it can be a bit technical depending on the solution as well. And most importantly, how to have some more added features because you have some basic functionalities. But of course, if I want to integrate my door phone, for example, I want to make a connection to my CRM application. I want to have very in-depth analytics to see more about my call flows, where are my calls going. These kind of things, then it might be lacking a bit. So that's why we actually, of course, we see that Teams is being used. So we just want to collaborate with Microsoft and actually provide our own integrations to have a full suite that offers the best of both worlds, depending on the organization and the needs you have. So as a basis, we actually have a free plugin. It's just available for you all, which can actually do some basic integration features. And I think a very important one is, for example, the sync status. If I say, for example, I'm presenting right now on my cell phone, or on my cell phone, I say, because I have the mobile integration, see, on my user, my Dstny user, let's say it like that, my status is already not available because I'm presenting in Teams. So I have a one-way connection actually. So that's really great already. But of course we have more in-depth integrations as well, which allows actually in general to have, on one hand, you have Dstny as a call routing engine, just as the phone system, so your phone central, just with all the functionalities you explained. So of course all the very advanced IVR, in-group call center, scheduling functions, all those kind of things. But also then of course the possibility of mobile integration, the possibility of CRM integration, possibility, etc., etc. All those things. But then with the user interface, and maybe love is the Microsoft Teams environment. And then you use that as a software. For the end user, it's really completely transparent. They use Teams for internal collaboration, external collaboration, and all fixed telephony. But they use it all in the Teams application. And in the background, actually, it's handled by our powerful platform, which is really quite a good combination and the best of both worlds, as I've stated. So concretely, we actually have two integrations and two flavors. One might be best depending on your organization and your needs. So the Teams Connect Advanced it's quite a simple plugin you have in your Teams client. So it's a plugin you can enable, and then it enables you to make calls and receive calls through this soft phone, which is actually implemented in Teams. It's quite strong, and one of the major advantages is you do not need any extra Microsoft Teams licenses. If you have Microsoft Teams, you can just use it, we can implement it, and then you can use it. But if you want to go the next mile, for example, if you really want to use the phone system, soft phone, as you see on the right side, then we have the Teams Connect Premium, which really has a native integration with the phone system of Teams, where it's just coupled as a soft phone. It's once again by our own technology, that we can really integrate those in a seamless way, and that you use just Teams phone system as you would normally use it, but then actually just using our routing platform and all the powerful features that come with it in the backend.
And I think one of the keys here, we spoke about simplicity and making communication simple, is the power of this Microsoft Teams integration is that it's automated. So the onboarding of Microsoft Teams onto the Dstny Business Communications platform is to a large degree automated and seamless for users. So transitioning from current to Teams is usually comes without any downtime too. So it's a very powerful and very seamless solution.
Yeah, I think that's a very important point to make indeed. So the premium solution is really a great solution. The only thing to consider as well is that Microsoft Teams phone system licenses are needed. So these additional licenses are needed to make the integration. But both are available, and of course, depending on your own needs, we can provide both. So that's about Teams, and then we have a last point, but I think it's definitely not the least. It's CRM Connect. We can maybe make it even broader. CRM, ERP, ticketing, all kind of business software. Let's say it like that. We see that, of course, practically every organization uses it, and maybe Mitch can give some more specific numbers. But we see everyone uses it. But what we also see is that customers. They still prefer of all methods to communicate with their provider or with you as a company. They prefer still calling just for things. So we see actually a schism, because you see that one hand it's very important for your business. On the other hand, people want to use telephony, but they're not always integrated. So of course, we aim to fix that problem by serving a solution that actually integrates your CRM with the telephony solution, our communications platform specifically.
Yeah, I would maybe just add to that. So I spoke about organization-wide mandates and strategies around customer experience. I think we're seeing a lot of organizations place new emphasis and priority on getting the CRM right. And if we look at the reasons why they don't get that right and the adoption rates are quite low, is because it's quite difficult to bring all these platforms together. So the intention is that we have CRM as the central data store. That's where all our customer information is stored, etc. But on the other hand, they still have an environment where, right, I'm having to make calls, and then I've got to capture my calls inside my CRM or status my calls inside CRM. And so as soon as you start bringing that integration together, what you end up automatically doing is improving the adoption of even CRM in an organization. So it plays a vital role. The integration plays a vital role in helping an organization to digitally transform.
Yeah, indeed. So they use it more efficiently, and then most importantly, the customer experience actually improves quite a lot, which is of course at the end the most important thing for the business.
Yeah.
So concretely, how does it go? It's actually quite a straightforward system. So we have a pop-up client, and actually when someone calls me in, for example, a customer calls me in, then I will get a pop-up, and that pop-up will actually show the information of the customer and the information it finds in the CRM application. It can be even multiple applications if you want to have multiple integrations. So you really already know, okay, this user is calling in, that is this customer, and even give some agent history. I'll show it in a second. So you really can already address the customer. Hey, dear customer, hello, how are you? I see you have a ticket here, blah, blah, blah. You can automatically also, you can click a pop-up or a link, a deep link, which actually then goes in your browser to the customer file, which really gives a native seamless transition, and not wasting too much time on asking the customer his name, his customer account number maybe, which sounds very unpersonal. So it's really good already for the customer experience and the flow of the conversation. Then also things like call journey are potentially very important, I think. So you can actually see, for example, for a customer, I see this customer already called in, he called this agent at that time, and then it was forwarded, etc., etc. So you can really have a call history and already know, okay, this customer has called a couple of times already, so you can address the customer also correctly, and maybe see the history and everything you need to know about all the calls. So that's also a very, very great value. And then last but not least, which I'm going to quickly explain, is that of course we have all these powerful functionalities and every call flows. But of course, for some systems that can still be a black box, you need to have a view sometimes of what calls are being made. So make sure that me, for example, as someone who manages a support team, I want to see, do my support agents, are they picking up quickly enough? Are they answering enough calls? Are they having too many calls? Are there too many people, too little people? It's difficult to tell if you don't have a very good analytic solution, which of course we have. It's once again completely developed ourselves with pre-made templates, but also custom templates you can create yourself, really providing insight into the operations and improve, which gives the data necessary to improve your flow, communications flow, operational flow, and to add and delete people wherever there needs to be any changes. Even going as far as indeed the BI, which Mitchell talked about, for example, a Power BI integration, which can be really helpful if you want to have that data integrated in your central BI platform. So I think I've gone through most of it. Once again, if you want some more information, you can please contact us and we can go into more detail, give a more demonstration and discuss anything you want. But for now, let's keep it at this. So I'll hand over the word again. So Mitchell has quite an exciting announcement to make.
Perfect. Thank you so much. As I mentioned at the beginning of the webinar, we give you an opportunity to win a duo ticket to the Lotto Dstny VIP experience. I haven't personally been, but I've spoken with many who have, and they say it's really such a unique thing. So please stand a chance, scan the QR code. We've got one more webinar after this, and then we will be drawing the winner by the end of the week. If it's not the Lotto Dstny experience, though, it's also the chance to win one of the Lotto Dstny cycling jerseys. So scan the QR code. We'll give you a couple more seconds. Maybe while we do that, we have one question. I do realize we are quite tight for time, but we have a customer who's got bad indoor coverage in their office, so bad that voice over Wi-Fi isn't possible. Is it possible to automatically forward calls for mobile numbers to a fixed line number or a soft phone when there's no coverage?
Well, I wouldn't say there is no coverage. I think the most important point would be to indeed fix the coverage if that's possible. We also, for example, have Wi-Fi solutions if you need some help with that. So we can give a good Wi-Fi coverage and then make sure that your voice over Wi-Fi does indeed work, which we of course support on our MVNO. I think what you can do is have specific statuses, for example, which forward call after a certain period of time. So you can do that, or you can call you can distribute the call parallel to multiple people. But there are a couple of configurations you can do. First thing is, of course, the ideal solution is to fix the coverage issue, but if it's still an issue, then there are some workarounds using some other methods, not specifically using mobile integration. You can still use the mobile app maybe. There are some other solutions.
So a lot of flexibility and fallback rules and the ability to initiate calls, etc. So Thomas, thank you very much for your question. That brings us to the end of our webinar. I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for attending. If what we've mentioned is resonate or intrigues with you or is common challenges in your business and you'd like to see how you can bring the power of Dstny to your business, we invite you to scan the QR code and book an appointment with the team. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you on the next one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you very much for joining us. Have a safe and blessed festive season.